coming back with some more updates to the broadcast. Blow to Khalistani radicals in Australia, wherein this propaganda event has been cancelled as Indians raise their voice against the separatist event. Let me go across to Jitharth Bhardwaj, who is joining us over the phone line. Jitharth, now of course this another development coming in. Previously also such an event was cancelled, but this time it is coming in after Prime Minister's strict message which came in from Australia, and also when he raised this issue with his counterpart.
This definitely has something to do with it. Australian and Indian security agencies, I think, are working really closely on this Khalistani issue. And India is, with other Five Eyes countries, supplying whatever details they have on the Sikhs for Justice movement. So I think in totality, this is what has triggered to cancel this booking, that the safety of Australian citizens is at risk, and that's why these events, first at Blacktown, now at Sydney Masonic Centre, has been cancelled. Otherwise, it is very tricky for Australian authorities to kind of take such a decision. But now they have understood that violent behavior, extremist behavior by Sikh for Justice and Khalistan supporters will be taking place on their street, and they don't want it.
Right. And also, with these kind of decisions coming in, also second time wherein such a decision has been taken to cancel the separatist event, it also somewhere showcases how the world, in fact, is waking up to the threat these kind of events and the agendas impose.
Of course, this Masonic Centre is very close to Sydney Consulate of India. So if there are hundreds of people around that area on the same street, the safety and security of Indian consulate will also be at risk. And this was also a very important factor to take for authorities to take a decision to cancel the event. So what I see is that Australian authorities are now in that space, that they are understanding what Khalistan stands for and what it can do to its own people. Of course, India has a very big role to play in terms of sharing the information, sharing all the details through which their global networks are propagating. So if those information are passed on to Australian authorities, they will definitely take stricter actions.
All right, Jitharth, stay with us. I'll come back to you. Let me also go across to RP Singh, who is joining us over the phone line. Mr. Singh, very good morning. Of course, this decision coming in from Australia, wherein this separatist event has been cancelled. Also, not to forget that this is coming in after Prime Minister drew a red line and also raised this important issue with his Australian counterpart.
Well, that's a very welcome step, and Australian government should understand that any movement of Khalistani or any movement, separate movement, will not be should not be allowed in their country. One, secondly, these people are not famous. I mean, people who demand Khalistan can't be Sikhs, because people who defecate religions of others can't be follower of Guru, 10 Gurus or Shri Guru Granth Sahib. They don't prescribe to Shri Guru Granth Sahib, because in Shri Guru Granth Sahib, we don't talk about defecating, or we don't talk about other religions being done the way the Khalistani has done, the activities Khalistani has done in Australia. So we as nation, we as Sikhs, welcome this step which Australian government has taken.
And as we discussed, Mr. Singh, it also implies that the world is now understanding the kind of threat such elements impose not only to India but other countries as well, because we have been seeing such incidents of attacks on temples or on the Indian consulate buildings, be it in Australia or US or UK.
If you have snakes in your backyard, ultimately they will come and bite you also. That's the theory, and it's very clear that if you allow these activities, or if you allow these people to do activities in your country, ultimately they're going to harm the interests of those countries only. I mean, those countries who are shielding or are allowing such activities, they should understand this.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Singh and Jitharth as well for joining in and sharing all those inputs. So that's, of course, a big decision coming in from Australia's side and also coming in as a big win for the India, especially after Prime Minister raised the matter with the Australian authorities. Now, over the last